In this video, I will give a quick overview of some of the information that needs to be added to elevations for a working drawing that would be in line with RIBA Plan of Work Stage 4 or for submission to Building Control, which also aligns with what you would need for working drawings for a contractor to build the building. Looking at this example then, the elevation is clearly labelled and what the view is, but we have on here a clear indication of what the different finishes are around the outside of the building. So for example, roof tiles, and it mentions up here Redland dry vent ridge tile system. As well as that, we have the chimney clearly showing. You need to indicate where the flashing is around that and what the colour of the chimney pot is. It's also good to indicate the angle of the roof at various points, especially if you've got differing angles of roofs. The finish of the fascia, barge and soffit is indicated here. And then in particular, it's good to note just what is happening with the windows. So the dashed lines here indicate the openable windows. These particular windows are tilt and turn, so it's hinged at the bottom but also hinged at the side in this case, and these windows down here. And over here, this is a set of double windows that opens out with the hinge on the left hand side and the right hand side. The glass in the middle, this is a glazed system. Notice that these panels here in the middle obscure the floor structure in behind, so that's a spandrel panel. And then the other aspect to a lot of the windows is that you need safety glass when it is below a certain height, so check the building regulations to find out what that height is. And there's also safety glass in the window of the door. There's particular cladding around some elements of the windows and things like that, so that's zinc cladding. There is also a stone cladding in the background, and in the bottom is a plinth. Over at this side it is sand cement finish, and then there's timber cladding detail here. So there's quite a number of elements to this elevation. It's good to be clear, show exactly where the windows are, the doors and things like that, and the heights, but that gives a good idea. There's also a need for escape windows in some situations as well. Here we have another elevation showing different aspects to the building. So notice that on the roof here we have the ensuite extracts discharging at the roof level. Also notice that on the side here we have a flue coming up for the boiler, which is located in a little boiler house at the bottom. We also have sliding doors here at this point, and then notice that on the side we have the rainwater pipes clearly indicated, so the gutter would come along at fascia level and at fascia level here, and then the downpipe has a leg or a bend in it here, and the downpipe in this situation is there and there, so clearly indicate those. We have a set of sliding doors here, so if you have sliding doors, just indicate that visibly in some way. And this here is the soil vent pipe, so you need to make sure that this discharges at a position which is sufficiently far away from any openable windows. So again, check the building regulations for that. Just zooming or scrolling down, the angle of this roof is 35 compared to that one, so it's good to make that clear. And here is the boiler house with little vents indicated on the elevation of that. Again, we can clearly see where the flue is coming up and where the cowl is on the top of the flue. There is a need for flashing around the roof of the boiler house in this situation, and again some indications showing here for the different heights of windowsills and the fascia and soffit and things like that. So all of these are typical things that you do need to show on the elevation. This is just a third elevation to show a little bit more detail or a different option for some of the things that might be on the building. So in this particular case, the roof finish is zinc, and there's a roof detail relating to the zinc, which is a little bit different. The angle of the roof in this case is 12 degrees. And then the elevations have a number of different elements. So on this element here, we have sand cement, and that's clearly specified in that annotation there. The position of the windows and the position of safety glass down here, but no safety glass in these ones, is also clearly noted. And we have a brise soleil system which comes along on this side of the elevation. There's stonework on this back element of the building, and then stonework on this two-story element towards the right hand side of this elevation. And again, safety glass and openable windows are noted in appropriate places. We have some annotations in relation to the stone cladding and what way the roof or the wall is finished at roof level, so there's a parapet there. And then all the levels of the windowsills are clearly marked on the side here, just so that a builder would be able to clearly pick up the different windowsills heights for the different windows. So that's very, very important. So hopefully this video gives you a number of ideas of things that you need to include. Make sure that you have your rainwater pipes, any flues or chimneys shown, all the different elements just clearly shown, including your extract, exhaust points and things like that.